Hi, my name is Brandon Buchanan, and I'm the city manager for the city of Woodinville, and this is the State of the City report for 2024. We're here to share the city's accomplishments from 2023 and what to look forward to in 2024. The city made progress on many important initiatives this last year, including our housing action plan, our comprehensive plan, and our transportation plan, among others. The city's economy remains strong. Following COVID, sales tax revenues have continued to increase and tourism continues to abound. Thanks to the thriving economy and sound financial policy, the city remains in strong financial standing with revenues exceeding expenditures. This allows the city to remain debt-free and tackle large infrastructure projects. We've been successful in part due to our ambitious efforts to secure funding from external sources, such as grants, federal appropriations, and state funding bills. The City Council has prioritized a number of initiatives for the upcoming year. These range from expanding the trestle, providing additional recreational amenities to our community, providing housing options, and opposing the siting of a solid waste transfer station in our community. With so many people looking to call Woodinville home, we're working to make sure that we accommodate growth in a way that makes sense for our community.
Woodinville is on the road. We are working hard to take care of our environment here in the city. It's one of the things I love about the city. And one of the reasons I wanted to get involved in city government is really to work to preserve the beautiful environment we have, not only here, but across the region. A few of the initiatives we're working on at the moment include electrifying our fleet. We just got our new Ford Lightning. We have solar panels on the roof of City Hall, helping to decrease our dependence on the grid. And we are working to preserve the salmon in our streams, replacing culverts across Little Bear Creek to allow for salmon migration, and working along the Sammamish River to reduce invasive species and get some more shade across the river to reduce water temperatures. These are all things that we're doing just directly here in our city to preserve the environment that we have. This past year, we just officially adopted our first ever climate action plan. I think this is really important because it sets goals and metrics for the city, and it's not just feel good, but it helps us know whether or not we are actually achieving these things. As a resident, as a council member, do not think Woodinville is the right location for the NERTS station. There's a lot of reasons. The biggest one, I think, is the impact to our roads and traffic. And this is one that's going to be felt by residents across the city. Any truck traffic to the proposed Woodinville location rides right through the heart of the city, right through downtown, right past our sports fields, through our most clogged intersections, and right through the valley where we support our tourist industry. I think it's really difficult to understand the huge impact that that would have, not only on our tourist industry, but every single day for our residents as we're going about our business of picking kids up, getting groceries, running errands. That impact will be felt for decades.
Honestly, I think to a degree we're already thriving. It's about continuing to thrive. The new stage that we're building will be a great addition for our Celebrate Woodinville events. Having a permanent stage for that kind of sets up the site to be successful. I'm happy to say that it's supported by grants for the boat launch and the stage that we plan to put in that location, which takes the burden off our citizens of Woodinville, and that allows us to dedicate our funds in other areas. I think over time it'll become a fantastic space for us to do more. In 2023, we celebrated what is the first among many hiking trails in the Wellington community of wood trails. A fantastic space in our community, and I think it's enjoyed by many in the community. And we hope that in the near future, we'll be able to connect that trail from the Wellington community to the East Rail Trail, where it can go beyond Wellington to the greater expanse of all of Woodinville.
The community can really start to get excited about East Rail finally connecting through Woodinville. We've already pulled up the rail and the ties and will begin the design phase of the project very soon. This project is going to be a huge addition to the city, connecting Woodinville to the greater Puget Sound region, from Renton all the way up to Snohomish and beyond. This project also builds upon the work that Woodinville has already done at Greenbrier, Wood Trails, and the many community parks that our community visits and enjoys every single day. East Rail is a good addition to the city of Woodinville because it creates an opportunity for our community to connect together through recreational activities, enjoying the natural area, and connecting with our neighbors by connecting to the neighboring cities.
This will be a bridge that Woodinville is going to be really proud of for the next 100 years. It's going to be the important welcome mat to Woodinville. It unlocks lots of things, important things to Woodinville, like we add two extra lanes underneath. It's going to alleviate some of the traffic coming in off 522. We're going to have longer turn lanes. We get to have a very sustainable trail that'll go from the north end of Woodinville all the way to the south end, on into Kirkland, Redmond, Issaquah, Bellevue, on the way down to Renton. And those people can, those locations can come to Woodinville too in a very sustainable, easy route. It unlocks the opportunity to do a linear park north of the post office, where we can put in extra needed parking. We get to put in recreational opportunities, and we've talked about pickleball courts and splash pad for the kids and a basketball court. We get to incorporate a lot of art, and we've talked about rail-themed art incorporated along the trail. We've talked to groups to want to beautify the trail with different flowers and plants and landscaping. It's going to be an amazing opportunity to connect all of our neighborhoods into our parks and trail system, so that all of our residents in Woodinville can use our growing parks and trail system. It's going to be amazing. We have $10 million committed from the state and federal government towards this bridge. It's a $17 million bridge. The state's promised us another $5 million. We're going down to Olympia next month to make sure that that's our highest priority, get that extra $5 million. So $15 million towards a $17 million bridge. We also get a significant amount of money in sales tax on the construction projects that will pay for some of the remainder of that. So we're doing it in a very fiscally responsible way. Woodinville residents aren't paying a large portion of this bridge. It's being paid for, it's an infrastructure that's being paid for by the state and federal governments. And as I highlighted earlier, it's a key part to what we're doing in our downtown.
You know, I don't know if people have seen the news or if they've heard about the regional housing shortage, but it's real. And one of the things that I hear from business owners is that it's really hard to get people to work here in Woodinville because it's a big commute. Having affordability, especially for some of those earlier in career roles, means typically going out farther than Woodinville, and that can make it tough to get people in here. It can also make it tough, you know, when people are going through life changes, graduating from high school or college, getting married, you know, retiring, you know, all the different things that we go through in our life stages. We want to make sure that we have housing here at a whole variety of types and levels, so that people can feel like they belong no matter what life stage they're in. part of that is really understanding the regional housing shortage, because the housing shortage drives really high costs for rent and for purchasing a home. And so we needed to do our part through the Housing Action Plan and through decisions that we've made on the council to make sure that we're not making that worse, that we're really helping to address that regional housing gap, but not, taking it on for the whole region, just what makes sense here for Woodinville.
Thanks to our incredibly dedicated and professional staff, the city is able to accomplish so much more than a city our size should be able to. What makes me proud working with the group of individuals that I do is their incredible ability to solve any problem. I have yet to see a task before them that they haven't been able to figure out by coming together, putting their brains together, and coming up with solutions. These aren't just employees doing their job. These are individuals who care about the community that they're helping build. And you see that in the work that they do. While we're often still sleeping, our public works crew is already up, making sure our roads are safe and clear and ready for you to go to work, and that our parks are ready for you to play in. This hard work by city staff includes over $41 million worth of capital improvement projects, including streets, parks, and stormwater projects for this biennium. In 2023, we completed our first Citizen Academy, giving a small group of residents firsthand exposure to what it's like to work in law enforcement. The police department also organized the shoplifting task force to address one of our most pressing crime trends. The city continues the Core Connect program in partnership with Eastside Fire, a program designed to provide crisis response services to those in need. We thrive in this ever-changing environment, and we're dedicated to continue growing in a way that reflects the community's values and visions for its future. You're in good hands. Thank you.